Hello, everybody. Before I start, let me make the video larger so you can see better. Okay. Yeah. So as you know, I'm going through kind of trying to circle through the 15 topics, but I'm actually emphasizing some topics more than others. But anyway, the idea is um, we I have figured out what the most important 15 topics are for DevOps and SRE interviews based on how frequently those words appear in job descriptions in LinkedIn. So based on that, I'm going through the topics and giving you questions and answers, so you get a feel for the questions that might show up on your interviews. Today, I'm on number 12. IC or Terraform. But the funny thing is, in my personal experience, Terraform really should be ranked much higher. But that's just my experience, my intuitions. I don't want to confuse that with the data that we have today. So anyway, Terraform is going to be our topic today. Um, Question today is, what is Terraform's remote backend and how does it differ from local backend? And why would you even choose to use remote backend in production? If you've done any Terraform in production, you would know exactly why. That's probably the intent of the interviewer to ask you a somewhat of a basic question, but it's not basic for somebody who's totally new to Terraform, but it is kind of basic for somebody who has done any level of terraforming in production. So before I give you the answer, just a quick reminder that my career advisor, Floyd Spencer, is giving away a 1 hour full session free for anybody who's in the job market today. Please take advantage of that. He is fantastic. He's helped me for years, and I'm not affiliated with him, so I don't get anything just because you sign up to work with him. Okay, so first of all, to understand the difference between local and remote, you have to understand the default setting for Terraform. By default, when you do any configuration in Terraform to deploy in resources in the cloud, right away you get a state file in your local directory. It will say something like tf state or something like that. Anyway, that's where it remembers what um, exists today in the cloud. So let's say that you ran Terraform apply and you created an EC2 instance in AWS. Your Terraform state file in the local directory, in the directory from where you ran Terraform, we will remember exact details of all the resources and all the parameters of those resources, right? That's how you keep track of what needs to be added, modified, or deleted next time you make a change, right? By default, though, it goes into your local directory. The problem with that is if multiple developers or SREs are actually writing Terraform code for the same production infrastructure, then as you can see, how the moment you make a change in your code and you apply it, your state file has changed, but the person next to you, his or her hasn't changed. So now he and his her state file is completely out of date. It doesn't even apply. So it basically nullifies why you would use Terraform in the first place. It makes it completely, almost completely useless. So when you have multiple people collaborating on the same infrastructure, you must put the state file in a remote location, say S3 bucket or DynamoDB or whatever it is, doesn't even matter. It will be configured in your Terraform code to say, for the state files, don't use local, use this backend, right? And because this code will be version control in Git or whatever code control you're using, the next person next to you or in your team who is doing and making changes, his or her state file will come from the same place, the same exact files, right? So now you're always in sync. Now, if you're in the middle of making a change, there's another default feature of Terraform is that it locks the test state file as soon as you do start doing Terraform apply. So no two people can change the state at the same time and by that cause a mess, right? So that feature is these two features are really the most important reason why you would want to use remote state files in Terraform. Now, security is also a concern. If you have your state file sitting on a local machine, if that machine gets hacked or somebody else has access to it or whatever, right? then that person knows exactly what's in your production environment, right? You don't want that. You want the remote state, the state file to be remote, and that remote location will be secured automatically by the security features you have enabled on that. Let's say it's S3 bucket. The S3 bucket will have security of its own. That's how you will secure your state files, your infrastructures, what you have, what parameters you have, all of that. So as the added benefit of using remote location, your actual remote state files, you're actually adding security to it. There are more advantages to this, but these three are really the big ones. If you have questions for me, you can contact me on LinkedIn. You can just find me using my name. All right, I will see you in the next one.